overweight? Nuh-uh. All right. Enough of the annoying voice. I said I was going to finish this on the last live. Let's finish this already, all right? So it's a little goofy, a little too big here. Let's do the final touches and then we'll oil this. Well, we'll smooth it out and then we'll oil it up. So I guess I could get rid of some of this still, right? What should I do? What should I do? I can push you guys down a little bit. Not that you guys need to be pushed down, but wouldn't hurt. Ooh. Okay, so this is feeling perfect right here, right? I don't need to change that, but this, it's just slightly too big. So let's keep doing a little more work on this. Let me just see, when can I actually start? I'm trying to see, should I get rid of that? All right, I guess I'll get rid of that. We will use this big round rasp. I found this on Mount Everest. I was climbing up on Mount Everest without oxygen or anything. And I saw the Sherpa. The Sherpa on Mount Everest was struggling. And I saved his life because I had a couple of cans of oxygen for him, you know. And he gave me this. He gave me this Narex round rasp on Mount Everest after I saved his life because, you know, I'm just a humble, you know, beginner at climbing 20,000 feet in the air. And then I saved a Sherpa's life. Haha. Oh yeah, now something's happening here. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's fitting like a beauty. Oh, I love it. Now it feels good. I just got to smooth it now. Now I probably could push it down a little bit. Okay, so if you guys are just tuning in, I'm finishing up this boy's axe on my own white oak lumber, and I'm really close. I'm just trying to figure out the swell. It's not exactly how I want it. And then we're going to smooth this thing and oil it up. Hey, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in. I can't see your name because it's too far away. You ever notice how like really big streamers will have a second device and they'll look at it? That's because it looks really dumb when you go up to your only camera phone and look at the comments really close and your face gets really close and you look even fatter and dumber than normal. Okay, now I think we're working. I think we're working with something here. Oh, yeah, it feels so good. All right, so it's time to smooth this out. And I don't use sandpaper because sandpaper pisses me off. It's like, how much? If you want to piss me off, give me something that only works like 10 times. With a metal rasp, with a metal file, thousands of times you could use it. So that's my kind of thing. Like this. This is an extremely cheap rasp, and it will work for a long time. Piece of sandpaper probably costs more than this. Well, not a piece of sandpaper, but the pack of sandpaper is more expensive than one of these. And that pack of sandpaper can go pretty quick if you're doing a lot of sanding. So this is going to be my my second. Well, I'm just getting rid of the really rough marks with this. See, there's a little bit of goofiness here. So when you want to smooth something, you go down the hill of the grain. If you ever hear someone talk about run out, just imagine this is a hill. This is like a hilly piece of wood. Up the hill, if you try to cut up a hill, you're prone to tear that wood out. If you go down that hill, so like, fuck me, why can't I just find a hill? So if you go down this hill, the wood wants to cut that way. If you go up the hill, especially with a cutting tool like a draw knife, just a knife, when you go up the hill, the wood above, like say I'm cutting this way, the wood here wants to tear this piece off. So what can happen is your knife will go into the wood and you can pull that you can pull that chunk off. That's called tear out, or and it's really kind of a basic to shaping wood. If you understand wood that much, you can get started already. Keep chasing your mind's heart. Yeah, thank you. I am chasing my mind's heart. Although my mind doesn't have a heart other than like right here. So I should just take the nice thing you said, stay young at heart, bro. Oh, thank you. I think I do stay young at heart. Except for when the darkness of humanity gets to me. But other than that, you know, other than when people treat each other terribly, thumbs up to you and yours. Oh, thanks, brother. I don't know if you know this, but anybody into axes, I call them my axe brother. So if you happen to have even the slightest inkling of axes are pretty neat, you're my axe brother. Even if you're a lady. Ladies are my axe brother. Actually, ladies are more than just a brother to me. Lady, did I ever tell you you're more than a brother to me? So right now we're just getting the rough scratch pattern off of this. And we're just using a coarse rasp that is less coarse than this rasp. Look how sharp. Look at those teeth. What did I miss here? Looks like you said something long. Let's see, what'd you say? Keep curious and keep teaching and learning. Stay close to goes, the creature he loves when you create. Jesus was a carpenter. Ah, yes. You know who else is a carpenter? I don't know. I don't know any historically carpenter men. You guys know any other carpenters? I'll tell you, Jesus really did a lot of marketing for carpentry. God is a carpenter. Aha. Well, you know who else is a carpenter? The guy I couldn't think of earlier. Yeah, I'm not so much into spirituality or theology, but I respect people for, I respect that people can believe different things. But you're not going to get sermons here. That's not my thing. Not that everybody that believes that is going to give you a sermon, but I'm definitely not going to give you a sermon. You got a 0%. Actually, it might be a sermon that pisses you off because I'm messing around. This is a fun place. All right, guys, we're not going to be like getting angry over things here. I actually realize sometimes I say things quick to the commenters, and I don't really mean to be mean, but it can sound mean sometimes. So if that happened to you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's really hard to read comments and work. I'm just not good at that, like being thoughtful and working at the same time. In fact, when I'm working, I kind of like shutting up. So you'll notice in these live streams, I don't do a lot of work because it's just difficult for me to chat and work at the same time. And I don't have a problem with that. I would love to just do 13 minutes of work and 47 minutes of blabbering. I don't mind. I like talking to you guys about axes. Let's see what I miss here. Larry Hahn is probably the most famous modern day carpenter. Where are you from? I'm from Illinois, 33. Is this a dating thing, Fortula? I hope you find your lady on here, man. Any ladies out there want to talk to Fortula? Hey, of course I remember you, dude. We were just doing a live. Of course. How could I forget? I remember you told me about your great grandfather. Oh yeah, now it's good. So it's all about when you're testing out your handle, if you're making a palm swell and you're trying to shape it to your hands, this is what you do. You slide it down. If it locks into place and it feels comfortable, like there's no area in the front or the back or the sides that you feel kind of like uncomfortable, it pains you to slide down this hard, then you're on to something. Then when you swing it, you're probably more likely to not have to do as many changes as if you didn't try this first. So the best way to test the handle and see how comfortable it is for you is to swing it, but the second best is to slide your hand down, see if it stops, because this is called basically a handle stop. It stops your hand from sliding off, you know? So this one's shaped pretty interestingly. Is that even? Let's see, how even is that? It's relatively even. Really, it doesn't matter. This left side is where most of the action is happening. See how this is open? This is closed, basically, though. So how much? Let's see. How much am I going to cut off of here? I'm going to cut like that much off. So the way you do this, when you cut the bottom of your swell off, you just match the angle. Whoops! You just match the angle of your hand. You see that? Oh shit! I fucked that up, didn't I? Take care, man. Quit the push-offs, dude. Carry on. Push-offs? I don't know what push-offs. 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 Deflecting? I don't know what you mean. Being fat? I don't know what that brother means. Josie Wales. Josie Wales. Josie Wales. Yeah. Well, anyway, you see how the angle of your hand is not straight, it's angled. And that's the way that you cut a swell. Now, you don't have to do it exactly like this. A lot of swells aren't shaped like that. I'll see if I can find one for you. Here's a crappy little swell. You see how it's angled so much? See that? It's not exactly to my angle, but it also has a little ledge right here, and that's because you want somewhere to bang. Yeah, you always want somewhere to bang. And so that's what that is. And it might have not even been there. They might have not even cut that. That might have just happened from where they smashed it. Let's see, some more. Some more. Well, here's a really cool one. Oh, this is a really nice handle. Unfortunately, it's broken, but it is octagonal. It's vintage, and it has a scroll end. So a scroll end is like a round end to the handle. See how badly this is broken? About as bad as a break gets, right? That's the whole handle snapped in half. But look at this. So the angle of this one, that looks unfortunate, doesn't it? Looks like I'm holding something indecent. Let's stop holding this. Let's get back to work. Here's another one, though. You see that angle, but then it has this little flat. That's just what you bang on, because when we talk about hanging handles, we just mean literally hanging it upside down, smashing on the bottom, and that drives the axe head up the handle. So then it seats down on the shoulder. That's why we call it hanging an axe. Electric tape fix that. Actually, that's funny you mentioned that. I took the tape off. I don't do that. I have lumber, and I like making handles, so I don't mess around like that. I just make a new handle. Can't duct tape it. Fuck it. I don't know, Aaron. I wouldn't personally. You know, duct tape. That's for a farmer. That's for a homesteader. That's for someone that needs to get something done really badly, and they don't have the time to do this. But I enjoy doing this. It's kind of like this is what I want my free time to be spent at doing, is making these. So it's not a problem for me. Not a problem for. I'll tell you what is a problem for me. This thing is getting in the way. Someone do something about this. Let's see what I miss here. How old does epoxy or super glue work on a vertical split. So in my prior live, I actually split this handle when I was hanging it, and I split it to about like here. I personally would never mess with a broken handle in the top half of the handle. So if it's from like here up, maybe the top 2/5 of the handle, or I don't know. Let's just say the half to make it easy. If it's broken from here up, I'd say just start new. Be safe, because when I talk about handle lumber, I talk about catastrophic failure. And what that means is that when you're using the axe, you're swinging the axe, catastrophic failure is when instead of it cracking, splintering, it will just snap. This piece of the handle will disconnect from this piece of the handle. And now you have an emergency on your hands, possibly, because you can't control something that is not connected to your hands anymore. And I am always worried about that when it comes to fixing the top half of a handle. Now, some guys, they'll glue it, they'll pin it, and I would be more than, I understand. They have a good judgment. They understand handles, and they also understand that they might be putting themselves at risk, and they just want to try it. But if you're a newcomer, learn for a little while before you start fixing the top half of a broken handle. Now, if it's just a little piece, or if you have a small overstrike, you play it by ear. You could probably still use that. Another thing I wanted to do to this handle, though, is to move the shoulder up. So let's do that, and then we'll smooth this bad boy and oil it up. Always got to be really careful. I have a sharp axe head attached to this. A lot of people will put tape over the edge. A lot of people are a lot smarter than me. Let's see, what am I missing here? I really need to get another device. My phone's about to die, so I can't watch this for that long. Oh, that's okay, buddy. I appreciate you coming in. Oh, what's up, Mike Law? What kind of steel do you recommend for the axe if you were making your own? I'm not too much of an expert on steel. I would just use a good tool steel, something that is soft enough that it won't snap, something that's hard enough where it will keep an edge. That's all I can tell you. I'm not an expert on steel. I pretty much just take old axes, and whatever's here, that's what I have to work with. I love your videos, man. Keep it up. Oh, thank you, buddy. M1N3AB. It sounds like did I just release like the Manchurian Code? Did I just send someone to assassinate someone? Did you just make me read the Manchurian Code right there, dude? Your username is the Manchurian Code. I'm sorry to tell you. Manchurian Candidate Code. All right, so now we're going to dig into here a little bit. It's best to use something round when you're working on something curved. Unless it's straight. When it's straight, you use a big rasp, big farrier's rasp. And when it's rounded, you want to use something that's also rounded. So this is a full round rasp. This is a half round rasp. So this side is rounded, this side is flat. If you only have money for one tool, I would go with a half round. Very versatile. Let's do a little work here. I'm actually feeling a little awkward with this positioning. I have to be really careful. I'm going to get to your comments in a second, guys. I just want to get a little work done here first. It's not going to take long. I'm feeling a little weird about this right now. Let's see what I did. Kind of cut. I didn't push this too far up, so we'll come in from here now. Let's see what I miss. Uh, Thanks for all your advice. Oh, yeah, no problem, man. You're welcome, Carlo. Um, I've got a Julia Kadoff carving axe. It's nice. Oh, is that, I don't know how to say her name, but she is awesome. Oh my God, she is so cool. She mostly uses knives with her hafting, which is really skilled stuff. I was just watching Urban Lumberjack do that in his live stream, and I'm very impressed when anybody when anybody is just using a literal hand knife and not like a when they're not using a two-handed knife called a draw knife. I'm always really impressed. It isn't that easy to cut into dry lumber with one little knife that you don't have two hands on. Finally, some real contest. I think you meant content. Thank you, Sebastian. You know, there's other people out there that are genuine, but you just don't see them. You know, the way that YouTube works usually is the bigger your explosions, the more, you know, flash cut, the more like cuts. I don't know if you guys know about editing, but it basically, you know, where an edit is. So it cuts to another thing, like another camera angle, or it just cuts to a different part of the video. You know, people don't have the attention span that they used to. And so you might think that there's not a lot of real content out there, but you just don't see it. The genuine people out there just don't get the attention, unfortunately. So now we'll make this easier on ourselves. We'll do push cuts. And I actually would use this. I would use this, but let me show you guys why I can't use this. Can you guess what I'm going to pull out right now? Have you ever ran into haters while doing lives? Not really, and I wouldn't mind, as long as they're not like insane people. You know, whatever you got to say to me, it's not going to hurt my feelings that bad. I mean, I've been asking people to call me fat every live, and nobody has done it, so I don't think I have yet. So this is why I'm not going to be using this, because I left this outside in leather in the rain by accident. This is a Mora Sloyd. I think it's a 106, might be a 120. These are pretty decent. The steel isn't very good, but they're more than enough for a beginner. And unfortunately, I let this thing rust pretty bad. I did just use it as a scraper, so a little of the rust is actually gone. This side is better than this side. Actually, instead, where is it? Oh, here it is. I could use this. My shoe almost came off. I could use this, but this is one of the worst woodworking knives you could buy. I don't know what these are for. I know they're supposed to be a utility knife. You know, bushcraft people will tell you. Bushcraft people will tell you the Moras are the best thing ever. You know, they're not really for anything. They're not specialized for anything. It's certainly not specialized for cutting wood as the bevel is given to you. And what I've found is that these things are really chippy. I think it's laminated steel or something, laminated stainless maybe. So inside here is a harder kind of steel. I don't really know. So the middle of it is like where the edge is. I'm not sure though. Does it say it? No, it just says stainless. But these are not good, guys. If you want to carve wood, get a Sloyd. It's a huge difference. Stubby blade. I was going to make fun of your shirt, but I'm not like that. Listen, I'm just going to wear whatever shirts I have. I don't care about aesthetics anymore. I'm done giving a shit. When you become an adult and you're like old enough and you realize all those insecurities in high school, it's like, why should I care about these people that don't care about me? Obviously, you should care about what your friends say, but do you buy most of your tools or do you mostly make some of your tools? So it's a mixture. Every axe set I buy, though, and I get it on the secondhand market now. I haven't bought online in years because there's so many good tools in my region. In the Northeast, there's a ton of hand tools, a lot of history, and you're not going to learn about that history unless you go out there and talk to people and get the tools, you know? So this is a draw knife. Usually you pull it towards yourself, but maybe we'll do a little bit of this, pushing. I had to sharpen this and I still haven't. That's good. So now I'm doing slicing cuts. And if you're ever in the kitchen, you understand what I mean by slicing. It means that not only am I moving forward, I'm also moving sideways. And I'm also angled a little bit. And that helps you immensely with how hard you'll have to push. And also at the end, I'm going upwards. And that makes sure that you don't dig into the wood. If you don't angle upwards at the end, you're liable to go to a tear out prone region and cut deeply into the wood. So at the end of your cut, you angle upwards. All right, that's a great trick for you if you don't use this stuff much. Honestly, I should have been using the spoke shave the whole time. This is such a good tool for this. Ooh. Oh boy. All right, let's pull it off, see what it looks like now. I always got to be careful. Oh, that's getting better. It's still pretty high up though, so let's see. Maybe I should leave it as is though. I still have a little bit of thickness, so let me show you guys something super important if you like axes, if you're going to use them, or if you're going to attach them to handles. The wood right here should not be thicker than the metal right here and on the other side. So from finger to finger. And the reason why that is because when you're going through timber, let's say you're splitting. Let me move this up. Let's say you're splitting wood, right? And you go through the round. This is a round right here. Imagine I'm going through it. The wood is going to scrape against the timber, the firewood, well, the wood of the handle. And the way to eliminate that is to make sure this is thinner than the metal, because the metal will protect the wood a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but trust me, if this is super, super thick right here, it's going to get beat up bad pretty quick when you actually use it. Let's see, any tips or recommended guides for sharpening Sloyd knives? Not that I know of. I missed some stuff here. They are, the Moors are very affordable, that is true, but they're just not really made for much. I'm going to fight with bushcraft people about this until I die. I want something outside of a Jersey or a Michigan. I'm stuck buying online, but that's okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Jason. A lot of people just have to buy online, but because I'm lucky enough that I don't have to, I should take advantage of it. So you want something other than a Michigan or a Jersey? There's the Connecticut pattern. Oh, I almost showed you guys what I'm going to be working on next, but I didn't do it. There's Tasmanian patterns. There's the Dayton pattern. I actually really like the Dayton pattern. The Dayton pattern is one of the most common patterns that people don't like that much, but it's really nice for a standard axe. I love it. I did that once. I'm not done with my knife. Oh, sharpening it, Josh? What's your opinion on the little ox? I don't know. I don't know them too well. I think, aren't they, well, I got a little thing going on. My finger's pregnant. No, it's a little blister. Okay, so Aaron said something about sharpening. Yeah, I just don't want to get into the whole sharpening thing because it is kind of a rabbit hole that it was hard for me at first. So I would have to do the whole, I'd have to do the whole thing. One little tip I will give you is sometimes what happens when you realize you've sharpened something and it just doesn't seem to be sharp, it's because you didn't go long enough. So when you take that first grit to redo the bevel, like you see all the shiny stuff, that means that I cut that. The patina is where nothing was cut. You see this dark part? That's patina. The shiny part is where I actually used the file. So if you're noticing that it's not apexed, which apexed means that this side and this side have been brought to a point, a V. So they've been brought to a little V, right? And the little tip is kind of like at a very fine point. That's what apexing is. If you've not figured that out, it's because you have to keep going. So one side has to be brought to the other side, and you try to do it evenly. Bum ba dum, bum bum ba dum. You have been promoted to my favorite live streamer. Oh, dude, thank you. I hope this doesn't get too crazy, man. I hope you don't start following me everywhere. Like when I would kind of like to be treated like Selena. Do you think you could be my manager and you could eventually shoot me with a revolver? Sorry. Sorry, Selena. I'm so sorry, Selena. I like how cute you were, Selena. I don't really know your music, but you are a very beautiful lady. Um, so should we keep the shoulder like that? No, because we kind of gotta remove some of this material here. Let's do that. I appreciate that though, if I'm your favorite live streamer now. That was quick, dude. I'm a little scared of this. Ooh. Ooh, I just saw that I have to resharpen this a little bit. So I'll show you what I mean. The reason why I was like, ooh, is because there's a part right here, the very apex, the very tip of the edge, that's bent over to this side. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but there's just a little bit. And the way you can feel it is you could pluck your fingernail on it. That's how you know there's metal that bent over. That's also what a burr is like. A burr will go to one side, then you sharpen this side, it'll go to the other side. A burr is just a thin piece of metal that's stuck on the very edge of your bit or your knife. Carving axe has a hollow grind. Yeah, they do. Some of them have a hollow grind, not all of them. Hollow grind is just to make it easier to make a thin edge, you know? So this is more of a wedging. The whole thing is kind of wedging, and maybe it's a little convex. So that would mean that it's just slightly more exaggerated with the angle than what you would actually measure, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a little bit fatter because it's rounded instead of hollowed out. Bad explanation. Message retracted. I bet that was such a good message, dude. I bet that message would have changed our lives. I shouldn't say that. What if you? I shouldn't say that. You might have said something you regret. So I'm sorry. For me, if I redact the message, I probably just wrote something that sounds really dumb. Like I wrote it the wrong way. I spelled something dumb. That's why I would get rid of it. So let me be smart here. Maybe I'll use this. I'm just really worried about this. I really don't want to hurt myself. Oh yeah. Now let's see what we got. Okay. Boy, this handle is goofy. I don't know what's going on with this, but it's pretty goofy. So the reason why I was so scared of the edge on that way, because I usually go like this. And if I were to go that way with the cut, I'd be running right into the edge when it was flipped the other way. I'll come check out that message in a second. I really got to get another device. If these live streams keep doing so well, I'm going to have to get a second device so I could read the comments without going up to the camera. Oh, yeah. Yeah, guys, if you guys like axes, if you guys like hand tools and hand tool history, check out Urban Lumberjack. I really like his videos. He does some great live streams too, where he's kind of doing similar stuff, but he has a lot smarter things to say. So check him out too, guys. Let's see what I say. The small town I came from, they have a barber shave beards with an axe every year at the fair. That's funny. Guys, would you grow their guys would grow their beards out all year. That's pretty awesome. I like small town events like that. There's like an ice sculpture festival in Fairbanks, Alaska. There's a lot of neat stuff in small towns. And you know what else is cool about small towns? When something really dumb happens, they make like TV shows like Fargo about it. You ever see that TV show or that movie, Fargo? It's good stuff. I actually didn't smooth the front of the palm swell, so let's do that. We're pretty much getting close to putting oil on this. Check out the wood shavings filings. Here it is. This is what you do to take them out. It's called a file card. Look at that. Oh, shit. Look at that. Right as rain. There's a little bit still stuck in there, but I can get that out easy. All right. I don't need to do that. I can put this down a little. So like I said, for curves, a big rasp like this that's flat isn't the greatest, but you can use the third and fourth side. So these sides, usually it's only one side, so a third side that has teeth. But on this farrier rasp, both sides have teeth, so I can actually use those to work on curved portions. The only problem is if you mess up, it digs into the wood pretty far. Oh, fuck. Let me show you. So luckily I actually hit this before. Where'd I hit? Right here. See how it digs in? So that's the third or fourth side of a farrier rasp. Oh, let's see. Yeah, sure. You betcha. Casterman has shaved with an axe. Oh yeah, I think I saw that, Brian Two Bears. That's funny. Casterman 2 is the channel name, public knowledge. Casterman is also a great craftsman. He's doing the same thing I do, but at a much higher level and scale. So he rives his wood. He takes a log, he splits it, kind of like firewood, except for longer, and he tries to control the split so it's even. He'll dry these. These are called billets, and then he will wait until the moisture content has acclimated to your relative humidity, and he will make handles. So 1, 2, 3 years of drying, depending on the thickness, and he will make handles, and these are the strongest handles you can make out of that particular lumber. And you know, can't really know how good lumber is going to be until you dig in and just use it. But that's going to be for that tree. Instead of milling it at a sawmill and drying it in a kiln, Casterman is making the best handle he can for that lumber. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm just doing it a lot worse. And he makes some really cool axes. Him and Honecker work together. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but there's some really cool axes out there, guys. There's new axes. It's not just vintage axes. We're in a really good time for axes. Now there's handles. Hey, Brother Brian. I love Brother Brian. They do wood sculptures with chainsaws every year at my fair where I live. Yeah, that's really cool. Small towns do really cool stuff like that. So, Mr. Brian, I wedged this bad boy, and I decided I would do that, and then I would start kind of shaping and smoothing. And I mean, it's still a little goofy and a little big, and I do plan on cutting off some, this right here, at least a little bit. But I like the feel already. It's feeling very nice. Let's check out the shoulder. I could move it up further, but maybe we'll leave it as is. Let's see. What I'm seeing is it's a little weird. This is a little weird. I'm going to leave it as is for now. But maybe it looks a little stiff to me in this region. Like, let's see, what would I do? Maybe I would dig in a little more. Yeah, let's do that. Let's dig in just a little bit more. The nice thing about making your own handles is you get really used to this. You get really used to changing things. And so it's not a problem. In fact, it's kind of like fun to make it better. That looks a little better. Now I'm blending it. I'm blending it in. All right, let's see. Let's see it. Sometimes I use the camera to see. I don't know if I like that more. We'll leave it as is for now, though. What really matters is it's comfortable to hold. I want you guys to get a good view of this because I think this is really important. I talk about this all the time. I want people to understand this. This bottom holding hand should not be what is holding the axe when you need to control it and you're not swinging. This top holding hand, this is where you control the axe. You control it close to the weight. This is how you're safe. So because of that, I like it to be comfortable where I hold it. And does it lock in? Does it feel nice? It feels good. So for now, this is functional, and I'll just leave it for now. Really what we'll do is I'll swing it. Not right now, it's already dark. But I will swing this after I oil it up. And if I feel there needs to be changes, then I could do it after. I tried my hand at handle making today. Keep me in your prayers. Wade, I got something to tell you, buddy. I got something to show you, and I got something to tell you. Wade, I was a horrible handle maker at first. Absolutely horrible. Maybe this isn't my first hatchet handle, but one of my first. And look at the swell. There's just nothing being done here. Now it does have a slight taper, but look at my hand. Oops. I didn't even know which, oh my God, guys. I didn't even know which way it goes because it's so uncomfortable. So this part right here just digs right in. It does not lock in and feel good. It's pretty bad. Let's see, what did you say here? Do you recommend 8-year-olds to make axes unattended, I'm guessing you're saying? If you say no, I will still do it. A gamer squad, are you 8 years old? Get off of here. I'm cursing and stuff. Get out of here, man. It's too adult for you. Plus, I genuinely do feel no children should be doing this stuff unattended. That's actually something I've talked about before. Children, this is a very serious thing. Axes are really dangerous. This is 2.5 pounds of steel that's sharpened to cut through trees. So think about how tough a tree is. You ever punch a tree? Imagine trying to cut through it with your hand. It's not going to happen. So you need something super strong and super thin to cut through. And so this is no funny business here. I might be joking around, but I'm telling you, if I'm teaching you how to use axes, there will be no smiling, no jokes. So please get out of here if you're 8 years old. I had no idea you're 8 years old. That scares me. I had to go see this was an awesome lie. Oh, thanks, brother. You have a nice one, man. I will add force to the way you use it. I'm not sure. It will add force. Oh, okay. You have come a long way. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, man, my handles were so bad. So bad. Terrible. And it's kind of like rectangular. I still do more rectangular than most. You know, it's not super rounded, especially in the back. It's pretty flat. But it's comfortable. I don't think anybody would complain if they tried. Okay, thank you, Gamer Squads. I'm glad you're not 8. Unless Gamer Squads, are you lying to me? Is that a fake ID you're showing me? Gamer Squads, is that a fake ID? Oh, dude, wait. Not only is there hope, it's a done deal. If you work at this enough, if you make enough handles, you will become happy with what you can make. It's just how it happens. If you care enough, and if you practice enough, you have enough raw materials to practice. I'll show you what really, I mean, other than Shit, where'd it go? Oh, other than having my own lumber to play with at all times, and I can experiment and I can make stuff, the thing that really helped me big time is having vintage handle templates to help me with copying and understanding what a real comfortable handle is really like. Now, not all vintage handles are going to be perfect, but when you take it here, so your top hand is up here, you take it in the middle with your bottom holding hand, you slide down, and it feels right. It just locks into place. That's when you know you've found the style of handle, at least the style of palm swell, that maybe you should be trying to copy. Now, I don't mind, don't really look like this. This is more streamlined than the ones that I do because they cut the extra off. Look how little is hanging out right there. And look at the difference between mine right now. I just dropped my stuff. Look at the difference between mine and this one. So you see, I'm actually planning on cutting some off, right? But it'll still be goofier than this. Back in the day, they really didn't. I actually think there's a reason for this. The reason why there's not a ton sticking off the end, because when you're using an axe, it can get caught in your belt loop. It can get caught in your pocket. You don't want a lot sticking off the end of an axe when you're really using them in the forest, because if you put that axe in your leg, it's game over. I mean, you're going to have to walk somewhere to get out of the woods. If you can't call emergency, we don't even want to talk about it. You don't want to put an axe in your limbs or in your body. It could be deadly. It can cause an infection, or it could just be a really bad day and a lot of money. You don't want to do that. Makes the downside more angled on the head side. It will add force to the swing. Okay, Crafty Karen. Oh, Crafty Karen, I remember you. I remember playing with a saw and draw knife when I was eye level to the vise on the bench. So you were like 34 inches, dude? This man was 37 inches tall, and he was already doing what I'm doing in my 30s. That's awesome. James Garner. Hello. Are you related to Jessica Garner? Is that her name? Is that her name? I don't know. That's awesome, Wooly. So maybe we should cut this off now. I mean, I don't have to do any more banging. Yeah, we'll cut this. I don't usually cut like this, but let me pull you guys down. I don't usually do this with a saw. I usually use a bandsaw, but it's pretty awful to have to listen to a bandsaw or just any kind of machines on a live, so we won't do that. I'm going to... how should I do this? Maybe I'll leave this much. I'll leave some extra. Because it's rounded a little bit. My drawing mark is rounded, but that's just a rough guideline. It's not like real. I just decided what I want. Why are you laughing? It's a real add force. Okay, Crafty Karen. I'm a cabinet worker, carpenter, and house drawing designer. Oh, that's awesome. The angle where you hold should point the head. I don't really know what you mean. That's why I'm laughing. I have no idea what you're trying to say. I'm laughing because I'm not very good with directions. If someone tells me like, oh, go to Arby's, it's right next to, blah, blah, blah. I have no idea what they're talking about most of the time. So that's why I'm laughing. I'm just like in one ear, right out the other. Dumb part of me. Maybe I'll do here. That looks a little better, but there's still some extras going on here. We'll have to figure that out. Did you see how much stuff fell off of the bench? That was like everything. Crafty Karen, I wasn't even sure what tool you're really talking about. Let's see, what'd you say? Yeah, I don't know what tool you're even talking about. Make the handle at the bottom go forward. Yeah, it does. It does go forward, Karen. You see? It does go forward. It goes forward. This is called a palm swell, and it's got a hook to it, if that's what you mean, Karen. You see my hand, my hand is on an angle. So I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not really sure what she means. It'll punch like hell. Karen, you cracked me up, Karen. Karen, you silly little Billy. So you see this little piece broken off? That happened a while ago. But let's see, what can we change here? Well, what we could do, we can butt our hand up and see. Oh, this is really dumb. So never do this. People do this to be cool. They put the axe over their shoulder. That's not safe. We always hold the axe up here, but I'm just doing this for the camera. So I can, let me do this again. So all this is extra, but I'm going to leave that. Maybe I'll cut this, a little bit though. All right. Guys, this is the life saw. This is the life saw right here. I think it was a Harbor Freight saw. Boy, is this a nice one. I think it was like a $9 or $10 saw. I love this bad boy. I love the end. Actually, I am 8, but my parents do not care. Gamer squads, you get out of here, man. 8-year-olds aren't allowed in here, buddy. I know you're looking for something to, something to be interested in, but gamer squads, you need supervision, okay? This is an adult thing, I say bad words, and also this is a dangerous craft and a dangerous tool. So I want you to have supervision. Until your parents say it's okay, you cannot be here, buddy. And I'm doing that for your protection, It's for you. You got to be safe on the internet, buddy. So let's see, what should I cut off here? Maybe just a little bit. Try not to tear out. Dang it. Good enough. Let me show you guys. Oh, I got dust on me. I got sawdust. Let me show you guys sheathing this sword. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got to keep the danger away. Gamer squad, you better be gone. Gamer squad, you little brat. I'm just kidding with you, buddy. But, this is something you kind of got to be watching, supervised. I hope your parents care enough that they're paying attention to you, bud. Sorry if they're not telling you shouldn't watch this, but I'm telling you probably shouldn't watch. I'm just a little too adult for you. When you get older, you'll understand that adult and child entertainment is kind of separate. And I knew you showed me a fake ID, you little bugger. Join the Boy Scouts. You talking to the little fella? Oh, what's up, JBC? So, JBC, we're working on this little boy's axe. And it looks like I didn't screw it up too bad yet. Maybe I'll make this flush. Maybe I'll make it flush, or how poorly... Oh. Guys, look how angled I cut this. It's not that bad, but I'll fix it with a rasp. That's really funny. Let's see what I miss. I am supervised. My dad is right here. He don't care. Dad? Papa? Well, as long as your dad supervises you when you want to use stuff like this, which, buddy, you're a little too young for that, like for a full-size axe, but maybe if your dad, supervises you with a hatchet or a dull hatchet, I don't know, it's up to your dad, honestly. But personally, I'm not comfortable teaching kids how to do this stuff quite yet, unless they're supervised. And I'm in person with them because it's really dangerous to try this stuff on your own. So this would be an in-person class with you and your pops, All right, let's see. So the closer the work is to the vise, the less vibration when I work on this. So let's pull this down. Now it's a little better. So I got to chamfer all of this too. We don't want it to be sharp. Let's see what I miss. Yeah, typical cut by hand. Don't worry. Mine. Well, you know what's funny is this bench is super lopsided, and I don't always equate for that. His dad gonna go get milk. All right, don't say that, buddy. He's 8 years old, dude. That's not nice. Is that ash or hickory? My friend, JBC Restoration. This is white oak. The best of the best. I love white oak. Yeah. Let's see, what else? Really what I should use is this for the chamfering. And that's just so I don't get cut. Guys, did you know wood could cut you? When you have a fresh cut, or when you like split, wood can cut you. It's sharp. So you gotta manage that. Just makes it easier to handle when you kind of chamfer everything. Let's see. Oh, can you guys even see what I'm working on? Let me change that angle for you. All right, let's see what we got here. Same, I love white oak. I just got a piece of spalted white oak today. Real excited. You know spalted white oak isn't very common, brother. Spalted white oak is a very nice substance. I'm not going to try to make them or carve them when I'm just learning for when I'm older. Oh, okay, that's all right. But Gamer Squad, I'm just saying I'm not exactly family friendly, kid friendly. I know it's difficult once you're online. You want to kind of just watch what your brain wants to watch, naturally. But sometimes that's not the best for you. Adults do things like that all the time where they know something's not good for them, but they continue to do it. And you're at the age where you could decide. You could start thinking consciously, and you could say, maybe this isn't such a good idea, and I can get away from this. So that's my last warning from you, buddy. I don't really want to involve an 8-year-old in here, so I'm going to stop chatting to you. I'm not trying to be mean, bud. I just don't think you should be here because I'm an adult entertainer, I would say. I assume you made that handle. Yes, I did, sir. Yes, I did. Actually, here is some of the white oak that I arrived myself. Don't feel bad, Gamer Squad. Thank you for being honest, though. Okay, bud? It's important to have your integrity. Even if people can't see you. It's important. So let's fix this. Ooh, that's rough. Just like that, it's already pretty. I wouldn't say pretty, but I would say better. So should I leave it as is? It's a little ugly. Maybe I'll do a little more work. A little bit more. It's been like 14 hours of me almost finishing this. Let's see. A little loose. Oh man. Can you guys hear that? It keeps tapping the bench leg. Ooh, that end grain really fills up the teeth. Wow. Oh yeah. Forgot I dropped everything. End grain really fills this stuff up quick, so we got to use our file card. I like to go this way. Some people go like this. I like to go with the teeth, kind of like parallel, so it goes in there smooth. Gets in between the crevices. Oh, look at you being all fancy. I just buy mine from the lumber store. I'm lazy. Nah, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I pay with my time instead of instead of money. How are you tonight, Joe? Oh, Mill Creek. Doing good, man. How's things in the Great White North? He's talking to JBC, guys. This man is having a conversation with JBC, and he's asking him about the Great White North. Is that a racial thing, or is that about snow? I'm sorry. I don't know if I know what the Great White North means. Although the more north you get, it seems to be more white people, doesn't it? Oh my God, little buddy. I love your videos and I'm fully supervised. Just pretty please. Buddy, you already told me you were 19, all right? You can't get away with lying to me. Guys, we got a little kid here. He says he's 8 years old. And I keep trying to tell him maybe it's not the best for him to be here. And he says he's supervised, but, you know, buddy, maybe it's not the best thing to do to talk to older people online as well. Don't trust old people online, all right, bud? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. But listen to this. Don't talk to old people. But after that, stop listening to me. Because you don't know who I am, you know? I just realized I think I stepped on this and every single wire is knocked over now. I think I just did this. Oh man, things are great. Maybe I shouldn't read the private conversation they're having. U.S. us frostbacks in Canada called the Great White North. Is that Canadian terms? Is that a little bit of Canada there? That's because you guys got polar bears. All right, let's see. It's still a little crooked. Guys, you got to see how many growth rings are in this. I shouldn't have used this, honestly. There is way too many growth rings in here, which means there's more pores. And it means this handle is actually weaker. It's actually a mistake, people saying that if you have really small growth rings, tons of growth rings, like people will say, you know, if this grew really slow, it's better for a handle, but that is not true. With ring porous wood, that means there's more holes, which are the pores, and so there's more voids, you know, in this piece of wood. So this isn't as strong as maybe second growth. Actually, this is probably old second growth, but let's say third growth, or just newer second growth. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm really actually a dumb guy. File cards are supposed to be angled a little. On metal, you're supposed to pull it towards you. Yeah, okay. All right, I'll accept what you're saying. Not that I agree or disagree. Check out song by Rush called Take Off. It explains it. I don't know what you're talking about, my brother. Oh, Great White North? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, hell yeah. More fracture points. So I will say what I was talking about with tight growth for impact. You know, this lumber is for impact. You're hitting that, you're smashing this into stuff over and over again. So this is an impact lumber. It should be an impact resistant lumber. The tighter the growth is, it's not that good for that. But I will say, when it comes to the voids of white oak, they are partially filled by tyloses. I think I'm now pronouncing that correctly. Tyloses are partially filled pores. So there is a little bit more to a white oak handle and its pores than, let's say, hickory. I don't think hickory has tyloses, aka partially filled pores. Let's take a look at this. The bottom is a little goofy, but I think we'll keep it as is. Maybe I could split a little of this front off. Think I should split a little of that off? Yeah, maybe let's split a little. Oh, I did that angled. That's a little better. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you can. Damn it. I'm just going to rip that off. All right. That's a oh, that looks better, guys. Doesn't that look better? That is so much better looking. I got to say, that's all it takes sometimes. Is just removing a little from either the front, you know, or the back, or maybe it's too wide. Oh, now it's feeling good. And now I can just take a little rasp action, clean that up. I need a drink here in a second. Hickory Dickory Dock. What do we got? Andrew Dice. Trying to think of a word play for Andrew Dice Clay and Axis, but I can't do it. All right. We don't need this ever again. We can use this, but maybe I won't. Let's see. We'll use it. You can use this for fine work. It's pretty amazing. This is a rough carving tool, a wood carving tool, and a fine carving tool. Really versatile. Just digging into how uneven it is. You know, it really doesn't matter. Totally superficial. Oh boy. The bottom of the handle is pretty superficial, other than if you need to rehang it and you want somewhere to smash on the bottom. But guys, check this out. Much better. A little more flush to my hand. The palm swell still feels good. It's not touching. There's no sharp parts touching my hand. So let's call that good. We'll smooth it out. We'll oil it up. We'll call ice on ourselves. We need to be deported. You know what? If you're really, truly patriotic, you will deport yourself as soon as you feel you're not patriotic enough, which should be all the time. At all times, you should think you're not patriotic. No, don't be a cult member, please. Just be normal. don't be angry at people because we have axes and we have our, our loved ones. So let it go. I don't know why I'm saying this. A lot of other guys will not talk about much that's like controversial. I will say the worst possible thing about it. I will say something that hurts your feelings, and I will feel bad about it. Now, as Vanna White, as the axe Vanna White, here's my mid breast. I only have one breast. She's a big girl. I am wearing a skirt today, Nike skirt. Anyway, I think it's looking okay. I try to look at the camera to see what it really looks like. It's a little blocky. It could be a little like smoother transitions. I don't really know about this part, but I'll leave it as is and we'll smooth it, okay? Poems. Google Andrew Dice Clay. You talking to me? I'm the one who brought him up. I don't think you're talking to me. Along came a spider that, okay, I'm not going to read Andrew Dice Clay. I got to be honest, not my kind of comedy. I do like when he messes with people, though. He'll like see people in the airport and he'll just act like really dumb or something. I don't mind that. That's pretty funny to me. But yeah, I'm not old enough to have grown up with Andrew Dice Clay. And his comedy, his specials are mostly for comedy fans that are basically comedians, you know? I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong on this. Just not my cup of tea, but there's nothing wrong with that. And I like awful humor sometimes, so it's not about that. Like I like dark stuff. I like crude humor. Just not my favorite comedian. Not a big deal though. I don't know why I keep talking about it. Now let me move this down. Okay. Okay, this thing is still there. Can you guys comment so I don't have to keep almost reading the Andrew Dice Clay quote? Let's see, what should I get here? Well, I think it's time for the rough. So I use this double cut file for basically sandpaper. Think of this like a rough sandpaper. Then I use the single cut as the smooth sandpaper. I don't mess around with sandpaper anymore. I'm done with it. Actually, sometimes I just use a scraper. Maybe I'll do that a little. I kind of like to leave a little texture on my palm swell sometimes. Yeah, instead of the file, let's actually get some use out of this Mora. Let's use this Mora because they're not good for anything else. Just kidding. I know it's utilitarian, but I don't see any utility in these. It's not utilitarian for my uses. Let's see what I miss. Thank God I feel like this community is all old people looking at you, Joe. Love you, buddy. Joe, are you calling Joe old? Just kidding. I know you're saying the opposite. Oh, God damn it. You're doing the same thing. I pulled 365 in the gym today. Whoa, 365. Would you deadlift 365? That's good. That's really good. I haven't deadlifted in so long. I don't even know what I could do. I feel pretty weak, though, you know. Plus, I had a back injury, so I don't even know if I want to deadlift anymore or ever again. I pretty much just lift big pieces of wood now if I have to, and that's the only lifting I'll be doing. Damn, this is looking good. Not like what I did, but I just love the look of white oak. Yeah, nobody talks about this, but I kind of leave some of the scratch pattern of a rasp or a file, and it's kind of like knurling, you know? It's or what is it called? What's the crosshatch called? that has raised bumps. I kind of like that on the palm swell. I don't want that here. I want this to be smooth, this part of the handle. But when it hits the bottom, I don't mind a tiny bit of texture, as long as it doesn't mess with me. Now, I will say this. What happens with my handles, because there's texture sometimes in the handle swell, my sweaty hands will raise the grain, and then I'll have to come back with a knife again and kind of scrape it off. But I don't mind that because, you know, handles get messed up. You fix it. I don't like your whippersnapper attitude one bit. I'm a young whippersnapper, my man. What'd I miss? You'd be concerned if I wasn't making fun of you. You'd ask what's wrong. Personally, I think you guys are crazy. I prefer bringing a handle up to at least 220 before I use it. JBC, I heard you're one of those 220 guys. And you know what they say about 220 guys? Not as good as the 320 guys, you know? 320 guys, they blow you out of the water. I actually polish my handles to about 15,000 before I can use them. Otherwise, not slippery enough for me. Personally. That's just my personality, personally. All right, so now we got the sapwood side to work on. Oh, wow. I think I could see the part where it broke. I could definitely use the file on this part. It's just not going to get very smooth. This is really awkward. I think I used to have a really smooth handle, but eventually I just stopped caring, you know? And I started liking a little bit of texture. You know how some women, they don't want you to massage them all light? They push on me, hurt me. Not hurt me, but they really want a lot of pressure. Maybe it's the same with my handle. Maybe I have calluses, you know? I'm not sure though, don't quote me on that. Yeah, it's good enough as is. So now let's work on the rest of the handle. So down the grain with the scraping. Once again. The nice thing about scraping with, you don't need a card scraper. You do not need a card scraper. You can use a sharp spine of a knife. You could use the knife edge. You can use scissors. You can use a broken piece of glass. Guys, you can scrape with a lot of things. You do not need to spend money on a scraper. And if you're old enough or young enough, I don't know which way to say it, you remember what scraping on your scraper bike is. And right now we're scraping on our scraper bike. I don't think I'm allowed to sing songs, am I? Isn't that crazy? Joe, you might know more about that than me. You might know more about copyright than me. You're like not even allowed to sing a song sometimes. What I miss here? A little background on the piece for us newbies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is a vintage boy's axe from the 1300s. This was made by Genghis Khan and his lackeys. His grandson actually put this into the 17th king of England's forehead. And now we're going to use it to cut silver maple later. No, everything I said was totally bullshit. Let's see what I missed. I think it's fair. You guys aren't exactly going for flair. Yeah, I don't care about like aesthetics too much. I mean, I like to look at a good shape, but I'm not so worried about finish that much unless it's, being sold to someone. Oh, what I just what I miss? Oh boy. Down with the Tyrant King George. Yeah, actually, Genghis Khan put this into King George's face right after the Pine Tree riots of 1774, 3, 2. And then it's 1770s. No, if you guys don't know about the Pine Tree riots, very interesting part of history. I'm not going to go into it, but really interesting part. I like how I always show it off like this. Really funny. Um, so now I just need to do the sides of the handle, a little bit of the back, a little bit of the front. This is the most work I got to do. These are some big chunks taken out with a Farrier rasp. Was a repair made to the handle? No. Yeah, actually it was. So when I was banging on this handle, a little bit of the back kind of popped off like that, like tore off, and I glued it back on. But let's see, can you even tell? I can tell on this side. Can you guys tell? It's not easy to see if the camera can see this. Yeah, it was. I broke it because I need to replace my mallet. I need to make a better mallet for hafting. It's the faces of the mallet are too straight. So they overhang maybe and they hit the corners. They hit the corners and the ends of the handle. Really, you want to smash the middle of the handle so there's the most support possible. Oh, guys, I almost just jammed this into my. Good thing I went like this, kind of like when really cool guys like stop a knife from stabbing them by like grabbing the blade. I just did that, except I was the one that almost stabbed myself. Ethical X made the handle correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did make this handle. We're still in the process. I mean, not really that happy with what's going on. I'm not really happy with the back of this. Let me see. Am I happy with the front? I kind of have to see for myself instead of just looking at the camera. Yeah, I can see that there's a little bit of issue maybe with here. So maybe I would just dig in ever so slightly. But I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to finish this, use it, not right now, but I'll use it maybe in my next video. And then I'll see if I need to make changes. But let's continue shaping, slight shaping, mostly smoothing before I oil this bad boy up. It might be easier to scrape this by just holding on to it, but I'm going to do this for now. I'm a little scared of this axe edge. It's sharp. Let's see. No. Nope. Let's just go at this with the file. These are some really big gouges that I put in there with the Farrier rasp, unfortunately. I'm kind of doing the correction that I said I wasn't going to do. I'm just not doing it too aggressively though, because it's just a double cut file. Hey JBC, I will say, Just because there's no grit rating on a file doesn't mean this isn't, you know, close to 220. You never know. Double cut's definitely not 220. But you can get a pretty smooth cut with any kind of file if you know what you're doing. I think that sound is probably pretty unpleasant, isn't it? So I could use it as is, honestly. Let's see, is there any... There's maybe a little bit of funk going on here. Right here is pretty rough. I'd probably change that a little bit. Let's see, what did I miss? I think it's a beveled... It could be a Michigan pattern. I was calling this a Dayton until the boys said something. And I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it is. Seriously, though, what is the head actually? I think it's a Michigan, but it's a boy's axe, so 2.25 pounds. Beautiful, isn't it? One of my favorite little boy's axes. That's why I'm hanging it, because I broke the handle, and I figured we got to use this again. Fair, sorry, I don't try to put attitude into the messages. Who said you're putting out attitude? JBC, you got to relax, brother. You didn't do nothing wrong, all right? I'm going to have to beat you up if you keep insulting yourself. I'm going to beat your ass if you keep saying you did something wrong. We're all axe brothers here, all right? Except for the young fella. He's like an axe nephew. There was an 8-year-old, guys. There was an 8-year-old in here. I told him he can't watch this. This is not for kids. This is adult entertainment. I really am liking this, though. I like what I see here. But I don't like what I see here. There's a little bit of, I don't know if it's this comes in far and then right here down is like a little too thick or wide. Unk Axe. Yeah, we are Uncle. You can call me Uncle Axe. You go ahead and come all the way up here to Canada. I'll greet you with a smile. I won't win that fight, but you'll certainly remember it. Hey, buddy. You don't tell me you'll lose in a fight versus me, dude. I will beat my own ass, okay? I will. All right. Remember the scene from Liar Liar where he goes to the bathroom and beats his own ass? Imagine that. What are you going to do after that, buddy? Buddy boy? Yeah, we're not serious here, guys. We're not going to be serious on my channel. Not unless we're doing something dangerous or we're talking about something, you know, unless I'm being facetious. I was literally just thinking about that scene. Is that because you wanted to beat your own ass earlier, Joe? Was it the dog? The dog wouldn't leave you alone? I'm kicking my own ass. You mind? I don't know if that's the quote, but that's what you said. I am Vanna Whiting this. I've probably Vanna Whited this axe for upwards of an hour over these like 8 live streams that I've been working on this. Forced perspective. Perspective illusion. Okay, but seriously. You see how big the axe head looks? Now watch this. Look how small the axe head looks, and look how big the handle looks. Long, I guess. So the closer the handle is, the bigger it looks. The closer the axe is to the camera, the bigger it looks. That's forced perspective. What's up, Mike? Sorry you had to be there for what I just did. And also, I always am like fixing my nuts. And it's just inside the, like if I just moved back a little bit, you wouldn't see me do that. But unfortunately, you guys got to watch me do that. The lawman. Yeah, he puts the law down, dude. Michael Law puts the law down. All right? Don't mess around with Michael Law. I keep Vanna Whiting. Why do I keep doing this? It's pissing me off. Get to work, fatty. Jesus. What is wrong with me? I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm just talking to you guys, displaying it like I'm doing a paid advertisement for myself. This is QVC. Quirky, venereal, with a C. Okay, let's fix this up. It was just a little rough. And I can also chamfer. Do a little chamfer here. guys are really lucky you got to see this 15-part live stream of me finishing one single boy's axe. Isn't that so lucky of you guys? Oh, did you guys know that Mill Creek is the Princess Diana of axes? This guy's the Princess Diana of axes. Don't let him get in a limousine. That's all I'm saying. My last words on it, okay? And you can take it however you want, but it means he's the Princess Diana of axes, which is pretty cool. And I'm that fat guy who sings that Over the Rainbow song, and I die early. Somewhere Over the Rainbow song. That Hawaiian guy. I have the spirit of a very large Samoan. I thought that was pretty fun, what I just said. Well, Joe's certainly old enough. Oh, no. Dude, that is sad. I guess it's for the best that Princess Diana died early, because she would... No, I'm kidding. It really is one of the sad things of royalty. Like, who cares about royalty? But she seemed like a nice lady. Joe said, I'm Princess Diana. That's all I can read, Joe. Sorry. That's all I got for you, brother. And look at this. I just left this lying out. That's a way to go to the hospital. This is what we do with knives. We put them away because they're never that useful. I know Urban Lumberjack has a different perspective. He always has a buck on him, I think. A buck 110, I think. I do kind of want one of those. Those look pretty cool. My kind of bring it with me knife is an open L. I think I'm saying that right. Just because they're really good at carving and they're very cheap. The reason why they're good at carving is because they're thin. That's what it takes to be able to carve wood. A thin edge. Same with cutting an axe. You know, with an axe, it has to be pretty thin to penetrate into that wood. What else do I got to do here? A little bit rough right here. You know, I don't really remember why I started calling you the Princess Diana of talking about safety, the sandal splitter from the Northeast. Listen, I'm gonna keep fixing my nuts. That's all I can think of when I hear you say that, Mike. I gotta fix my nuts. Yeah, but do as I say, not as I do. It's not hypocrisy when you are tyrannical about things, you know, because I'm a hot chick. It's an interesting perspective there, Princess Diana. You could be Prince Diana, you know? Do you want to just be Prince Diana, dude? I'm trying to think, who would I be? Historically. Other than, like, Fat the Ripper. Farts. Not killing people. Fat the Ripper is a guy who just farts really hard. Oh, it's feeling good, guys. I definitely don't like this area to this transition. And maybe there's something that could come out of the front too. You know, you can kind of play with a handle until it's completely ruined. So sometimes you just got to call it quits. But I will oil this before changing it too much. I'm just smoothing it right now. Oil it up and we'll end the old live. Now I'm using the single cut side. Didn't Jack the Ripper just get identified? Anybody know about that? This is more of a ladies serial killer podcast conversation, though. Ladies love serial killers for some reason. Well, I think it's because they think they're learning about something so they don't get hurt. I think that's why what they'll say. But also, I think they like stories. It's a nice story. Not nice, but it's interesting. They'll never say that, though. And I'm interested in serial killers too. H.H. Holmes is a very interesting fellow. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He used to get people from the World Fair, and he used to bring them into is like, it was called a kill castle in Chicago. He was actually arrested in Philadelphia, I think. But he was like pretty much the first prosecuted serial killer in the United States, I believe. And he was actually a really interesting fellow because he was a con man. I gotta stop Vanna Whiting. I gotta stop Vanna Whiting. Who do I think I am? Yeah, so H.H. Holmes, he was a con man, and when I say that, I mean he had he would hire construction workers. Now, this was for secrecy, this part. He would hire construction workers and fire them before they could figure out what they're actually building. And they were eventually building a serial killer's castle made with like a kill dungeon, a place to burn the bodies and stuff. And he was actually such a sick con man. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean sick in the head. He would take skeletons of the people he killed and he would sell them to universities. Can you believe that? And my favorite con man story of this guy, though, H.H. Holmes, is he bought a huge bank vault, and this was used where he would put people in there to kill them, I believe. And no, not in the 80s. Oh, you're not talking about that. Well, talk about switch up, please. I did switch it up, didn't I? Well, but, I'm just talking about what I know about, and it came up. But so he bought a bank vault, H.H. Holmes. He had it put into his house, and he refused to pay for it. And I don't know if he got it from the bank or who, but he said, "I'm not going to pay for it, and if you take it, you can come take it out. But if you ruin something, I'm going to sue you." So we just got a free bank, a free vault, and then I guess it's airtight, and he put people in there sometimes. Pretty awful guy. I'm just seeing a few things that I could change. I'm liking this. Guys, it don't got to be pretty. It doesn't have to be like all uniform. I do see that. Now, when you're selling it, maybe you want it to be all uniform, but it doesn't have to be perfectly uniform on the bottom. The bottom doesn't make the axe work, The bottom is where you smash to hang the axe. So it don't need to be pretty. Genghis Khan, man. The steppe people? You talking about the steppe people? By the third generation of the Khans, man, they were wearing silk clothes, and these guys lost their edge. They were the best, dude. They were the best at conquering, and they lost their damn edge by the third generation. Can you believe it? Yes, you can. Probably for the best, not for the Mongolians, but for the world, because he was pretty good at conquering. Although supposedly, if you just gave up, they would kind of take you in and treat you right. But do you trust an invading army to do right after you say, "Sure, just have your way with us"? He was the guy. He was the goat. That's one of those things where you really got to be separated by hundreds of years of history. He was the goat. That's the best, dude. Check this out. Did you see this? I did this on the so I did 2 lives today. On the previous live, I banged the wedge in. Look at that big elm wedge. Let me see. Can I get some better lighting in here? Oh boy, Is it 4th of July? Mike, what'd you just say? Mike Law just texted me and I saw it pop up. I wanted to check it out. Did you mean to send me that, Mike? All I saw was Happy 4th of July, bitches. I'm only one guy. I'm not bitches, I'm just bitch. Vanna Whiting. I'd really like to self-emulate. Emulate? I meant to send it earlier. Oh, okay. I'll check it out after the live, dude. Is it some cool projects you're working on? Guys, this is my friend from the flea market, Mike Law. But I don't talk about where my flea market is. I don't do that stuff. I don't want to see people that know me unless I know them, Not that I'm like an asshole. I'm just, a private guy. we're getting close here. We're almost to the point where I can oil this thing up. Oh, I've seen that. I don't know how to feel about this conversation. It's certainly odd. Well, you know what, JBC? We're going to have odd conversations here because this is my channel, and I like to do it a little strange. You want a little something normal? Why don't you head on over to Princess Diana's channel? He'll drink some coffee. He'll tell you about the weather. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. But actually, most people want to not be strange, so I'm going to catch Ethical out in public one day. You won't be able to, dude. I will set up a force field. You ever see the movie Bubble Boy? That's what I wear. So guys, if you're ever having problems, this is a great representation right here. So if you're ever using a file and it's not really cutting, tip it a little bit so you're just using the edges. And you can see where the wood filings are. You can see where they are. That's the only part of this file that I'm really using. And if you have a dull file for metal, that'll help you to just tip it a little bit. Just slightly. It's not a big thing. He's elusive. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I'm one of the biggest axe YouTubers in the world, apparently, with the last 3 weeks of live streams. I don't know what's happening. Feels like I'm better than I am. No, I'm perfectly content right here. Let's just be careful who we talk about. Conquering what? Bring up Custer. And I swear to God, I don't really know who Custer is. Is that the Confederates? I swear to God, you'll hear me say words you should not hear from a 19-year-old. You're 19? Is that why you take things so seriously, 19-year-old? I've seen people joking around with you, JBC, and you don't know that it's joking around. I think that happened with me and you. Although we don't know each other, so that makes sense. Oh, yeah. We're looking good now. Yeah, I got no problem saying what I think is the truth. If you guys are saying something where I'm like, I don't agree, I'm gonna just say it. I'm done with holding my tongue, unless it's rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I feel like that was just an honest thing to say. Not like you're in trouble. All right. Oh man, now I gotta go back. Say what you mean what you say. Much love from Nottingham. I'm actually from Liverpool. I'm a Scouser, so me and Nottingham, we touch each other up. Bruv, you talking about me, mom? Bruv. You waffling. You're waffling. I was just at the World Cup. I was the goaltender. I don't know if you saw that. Look at this, guys. This is what happens when you work on axes. They just get dirty. The handles just get dirty. And so either you leave it there, you just oil it, or you remove it with, paper, sandpaper, or whatever you have. Now it's a little funky in the back, so let's do that. How unpleasant is that sound on a scale from 1 to alien? Come on, guys, give me the goods. Is this alien? Cup of tea for the big fella. Did you guys ever see the movie Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? I actually wrote that movie. Me and my Scouse friends wrote that movie. We like really big guns and stuff. Snatch. Oh, that's from Snatch. Same director. Joe, you must know about directors, don't you? Are you a cinematography guy as well? That sound probably bothers most people, but from some reason it doesn't bother me. You know, sometimes when I hear stuff like that on lives, it does bother me. But it's funny when you're in person, it doesn't bother you too much. Um, yeah, so you're cinematography. I'm a cinnabonifery. Cinnamon roll of freeze. Look at that. There, the Janka. If we're talking about the Janka scale, if we're talking about the Janka scale, about 20, about 20 on the Janka scale. Down here, we're talking about 15, and then lower it gets. Oh wow, that's about 3. It's about 3 on the Janka scale down here. Great way to learn about the Janka scale is to have an enormous belly. Cinephile. That sounds wrong. But yeah, that just means you like movies. You work with the sound, it lets you know how the tool is biting. Indeed, indeed, my friend. That is a wonderful little thing that we use when we're craftsmen. We use our ears, we use the feel. You can actually feel. So if I'm using a file, I can feel a bump, you know? I know it's there because I could feel it with the feedback I get. So let's see. You know what? I think we could call that. I think we'll call that. Let's oil this thing up. It's been too long. I will say, Joe asked me, Mill Creek asked me, he asked me this a while ago. He said, have you ever dealt with like the linseed oiler getting clogged? Well, like a week later, I had not ever experienced that. And then a week later, it clogged and I was like pressing real hard. And what I did was I just shoved something in there. You know what's small enough to fit in there. You know what it was. You know what I put in there. That's an appropriate use for the jack. Yeah. That's a hell of a bong. Guys, at the flea market, Mike Law might have seen this. I actually saw an opium pipe at the flea market. Now, I don't know how I knew it was an opium pipe. I just kind of figured it out. Not like I ever saw an opium pipe. I don't think. Because that's like a Chinese addiction. That's like old, like 1920s China, I think. They had like opium dens. But I was amazed. Honestly, it looked like a really cool device. It's too bad it was for like a terribly addictive drug. But yeah, this is my opium pipe. And I like to use it on my handles. Let me get some gloves because I'm very ladylike. Okay, I'm very pristine right now. So let me get some gloves a second. Hold on. I don't really need gloves, to be honest, for this. It's just that I am mentally ill a little bit. And I don't like oil on my hands sometimes. Kind of why I don't work with cars anymore. Transmission fluid. Mike, aren't you a mechanic? Man, I can't believe people touch transmission fluid. It's like a known carcinogen. It's unfortunate that our hardest working men got to basically kill themselves because, you know, PPE is extra effort, extra money. Unfortunate. Oh, goddamn. Princess Hands is going to find his gloves. That's right. Call me Princess Hands. Don't call me Mr. Hands. If you don't know what that means, do not find out. Don't even think about finding out what Mr. Hands means. God, I hope that 8-year-old isn't here still. It was crazy, guys. A little fella came in. He said he was 19, then he said he was 8, and I was like, you can't watch this. This is an adult entertainment. Let me just get some. You guys see this? That's just a clothes hanger that I cut in half. That's where I put my paper towels. Paper towels are really important, honestly, for hanging an axe. You got to wipe all the extra linseed oil. All your curing oil has to be, all the excess curing oil has to be removed, or your handle will be sticky. We don't do sticky around here, all right? So how am I going to make this look pretty? Impossible. Impossible since I'm part of this. The boot paper towels are my favorite. Yeah, shop towels. Those are nice. I used to work with those too. But it's just not worth buying if you don't really need them. They are much stronger. But before I do this, I want to say something, guys. I am just using linseed oil. It's not as fast as a curing oil as boiled linseed oil. Once you get linseed oil on these bad boys, I'll show you what I do. I lay them out on the floor like this. I put them as flat as possible, and I let them dry out, because otherwise they can spontaneously combust. If you roll it up in a ball, you throw it into the trash, you can start a fire. Everybody knows this, but I feel like we should go over it as much as possible. Well, I'll say most tool guys know this. Most axe guys know this, because what a drying oil is a polymerizing oil. I don't know how to say that. And that just means that it hardens, turns into like a polymer. And because of that chemical reaction that happens to do that, it can also get really hot if it's crumbled up into a ball in a paper towel. Let's see what I miss. They're pricey. Is it raw? So this is raw linseed oil. I don't mess with boiled linseed oil. I know that not all of it has the additives, the heavy metals, but I just don't mess with it. It's exothermic, thus it puts out heat. Listen to Adam. Don't listen to Adam financially, because we don't know this guy, but listen to him about that, because I'm not smart enough to know if that's true, but it sounds good. All right, so I can just put a little bit of the linseed oil in here. I think I'll do that. Look at that squirt. You guys ever heard of squirt soda? Someone was saying it to me today, and over again. I had no idea what they're talking about, because I don't know what that soda is. Look how yellow that is, man. I don't know if you could tell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's a beauty. Do you call X's a girl? Do you say she? I don't want to swing a guy. I want to swing this little lady. Sturdy little girl, ain't she? Oh yeah, we're going good here. Kind of romantic, Me and this girl going on a date. I'm slathering her up with oil. Oh, sorry, babe. We got some wood chips in your oil bath, but that's okay. You're a sturdy girl. You don't mind. Someone said that they appreciated my grace when I was oiling a handle on an Instagram video once. I don't know if I was doing it here. How graceful was that? On a scale from 1 to 10, what's my grace? All right, we're looking pretty good. 6.5, B. I like how, Mill Creek did that right in my face right there. He said B instead of out of 10. Oh, thank you. I'm very graceful. Beautiful. I think the old saying went, 1 coat of oil every day for a week, 1 coat every day for a month, and once a month every day for a year. Yeah, but you know what else? My saying? I oiled it once. I'm going to oil it again in like 15 years when I need to. Nah, really it takes sometimes, it just depends on how hard you use it. So if you take it out in the rain, you got to re-oil it a lot more. Well, you got to re-oil it right after it dries. And maybe you might even smooth it out if it's a little rough after. Let's see, do I got to get some more oil on this? So you could tell, I don't know if you saw that, I just dropped it. There was like a little piece right here because it's not smooth, but that's okay. My hand doesn't touch that part. Right here, you can see there's a little cut that I left in there. I've never made it past a month of oiling since I always forget. Okay, so now I'm just moving this oil around. And let me show you guys this. This is not totally smooth. Look how thin the handle tongue is, though, and look how big the wedge is. Interesting. Just happened that way because I messed up the tongue. It was super off center. I forget why I messed it up, but I did. And so I just had to remove a lot of material. But when you remove a lot of handle tongue, you can fit a bigger wedge. Instead of widening your kerf, remove wood from the sides of your handle tongue. You don't want to remove it from the back. You don't want to remove it from the front, but the sides are game. Especially, well, let's say the top, like the top of the tongue from here up. You know, just imagine you just take a little bit off just so you can fit a bigger wedge in there. My process is 1 coat give, get a 24-hour, give it 2 more the next day. Yeah, I don't do all that. I just oil it, use it, bada bing, bada big boy. All right, so that's feeling pretty good. Maybe I'll put a little bit of a dash right here. It's a little dry. Oh man, I just got this oiled up. I just oiled up my canister. All right. Oh, I guess I should show you guys the bottom. That's pretty medullary rays. I don't think you could see. Oh yeah, there you go. You see the sapwood, those medullary rays? What the hell? Yeah, that's the right. Is that? I don't think that's medullary rays. That might just be scratches. Don't ever listen to me. Boom, bop, bing, bing, boom, bop, bam. Ethical on that kind of issue. You wouldn't understand. I wish I didn't have to read that out loud. Why did I do that? I should have just said thank you. You set me up, did you, Mill Creek? Oh, shit. Did I just cut myself? Not myself, but I think it felt like I cut my glove, but no. No, looks like we're good. Oh. So you see how much oil comes off? Not a lot. Maybe a little bit. But wait. Ugh. Remember what I said? I like to flatten these out. Now I know I'm being super safe, but this is just how I do it. I lay it on the floor. I let them dry out just to be safe. How much can you see? So this is the process nobody talks about. You got to get the excess oil off or else it will become sticky. And that's not fun. Because then you got to take that off and reapply another oil. On the floor. Maybe, yeah, even the metal will become sticky. Let me take this off. Even the metal, oh man, I hope that light wasn't bad. Even the metal will become sticky if you don't take it off. You guys ever mess with a cast iron pan? You know when you leave too much oil on? It's the same effect. We're polymerizing the oil with heat. So be very careful of the axe edge. I try to go this way when I'm cleaning off the edge. All right. Put this down. Go to the other side. You guys see me? It's shiny. Being careful. And last thing I gotta do is just screw this up. This is pretty rough. I didn't like smooth it out. I didn't kind of chamfer really at all. Let's see what I miss. What sort of wood? My go-to is to make a cross wedge out of purple heart. I don't do cross wedges, but I know that people like that. So this is white oak handle and an elm wedge. The elm wedge is not my lumber, actually. I think I bought these wedges a long, long time ago. But the white oak is my lumber. I processed it by hand and I dried it, air dried it. So this is as good as it gets when it comes to white oak, except for the fact that the growth is a little too tight, so it could be stronger, I guess. But for this piece of lumber, this is as strong as it would get. Oh, I don't know why I just did that. I just wiped this dirty rag on my hand. Oh. Oh. We're just making sure it's all dried off. And we'll show it to you. I could probably sharpen it a little bit. I think I'll probably just do that before the video where I first try it out with the new handle. Maybe I'll release that tomorrow, but it will be a little later than normal. So here we go, guys. Here it is. Do you like my confetti? My confetti is flammable. Here it is. Almost, I mean, it's done, but not really done because I got to try it and think and see if it's actually done. So check this out. Is my right hand bigger? Smaller? No. So that's how tight my hand is there. Slide down, about the same. And then to the swell, it gets a little funky, but that's how I like it. Or at least right now, I'll try it as is. So let's push you guys up. We've been doing 2 hours. That's pretty cool. Thanks for coming to the live stream. We're not going to be done yet because I got to show you my next project. I was looking at the ghost over in the corner. He's a shit talker. Let's see what I miss. Technically, all confetti is flammable if you try hard enough. Not true. Not true. There's actually people that throw glass confetti in the air, and they ruin people's eyesight. You ever heard of the glass confetti conspiracies? Okay, I'm making it up. Processing your own handles, cool stuff. Here in New Zealand, it's hard to find good timber for handles, but I enjoy using native matai and rimu. Rimu? Is ground beef meat confetti? Yeah, ground beef is sort of like confetti. Unless you're vegetarian, then it's not. Hey, can I just say that, what is that shit that girls throw? The sparkling dust shit? What is that shit called? It's not confetti. What is that thing called? Joe, you might know. What is that shit called? They throw it everywhere. They're in nature and they throw it. And it's like, what are you doing? That's plastic. I hate that stuff. Sparkly. Glitter. Glitter. I hate glitter so much. Oh my God, I hate glitter. What are we doing? That's just people that don't care about anything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't care. I know there's a lot of innocent people throwing glitter around, but glitter is terrible. Vanna White. Yeah, I guess you guys should get some more looks at this. This is the heartwood side, so it's half heartwood, half sapwood. Well, it's a little more sapwood than heartwood, but yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I hate it too. Yeah, everybody with good taste hates glitter. It's so stupid. Why would you put poison all over the place? It's like closer to microplastics. They're like, I need something that's like halfway to microplastic. I want to spread it all over the world. I want this to be in my relatives' testicles, and I want it to be in their organs when they get older. I want them to have DNA damage. That's what glitter is. I want to spread DNA damage throughout the globe. Not me. I mix glitter in my linseed oil. Oh, that's very pretty of you, Princess Diana. Oh, I didn't know that, Princess Diana. How pretty. You're such a pretty little lady. Okay, so I should show my next project. That's why you clear your work area. Oh, it's not sticking. It's really thin too. I wonder why it didn't do that. So my next project, guys. This is a special one. Of course, the princess would. Okay. I don't know why I'm delaying this. Okay, I'll show the wood. So for this next project, which, you know, you can kind of see it probably. For this next project, we got a couple of pieces of lumber that are a little lower quality, but not really. They're just a little smaller in the dimensions of dimensionality. This one and this one are good, pretty good lumber. Still tight grain, but good enough. because the growth rings are running the right way. But it's going to be a straight handle. So I also picked this piece of lumber out, which wouldn't have enough material this to this. Like this is normally how you want your axe to be aligned. It will this way, so I'll use it this way. But I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. And maybe I'll figure that out during the live when I start it. And that's going to be for this very special axe. It is a three-piece rafting pattern. It's got a hardened steel pole. It's got I think it's overlaid. Let me see. Yes, that is overlaid. This is an overlaid bit. So that means that the hardened steel is draped over a V. The soft body is I'm so dumb. Let me just not talk about overlaid and inlaid. But you can kind of see, you see that rust that's like a V that goes down to here. And then over it is the hardened stuff right here. It stops right here. What's the weight? This is a 3-pounder, really special. I've never seen another rafting pattern like this. I almost just cut myself with this. I have never seen this rafting pattern again. Check out how big that pole is. Beautiful pole. Let me measure that for you. Measure this bad boy for you. Put a little measurement in for you. Almost 1 3/4 inches. That is a wide pole, really big. So kind of like the perfect wedge banger if your wedges are extremely small. It's not a long pole, or wait, I don't know how to describe this dimension, I'm going to be honest, because length to me is from here to here. So I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. The width and the other thing, and then it's a big pole. Look at that. That's mostly pole. I'm really excited for this one. What are we doing? Wedgie McWedgerson? So, good question. Great question. Really big boy question. I'm going to make a straight handle for this, which is something I don't usually do. So it's going to be taking me out of my comfort zone a little bit. Really cool axe that I made, a really goofy banana grind on one side. And what happened on this side? Is it uneven? Was it uneven? Oh yeah, it is kind of like not straight. I don't know if you guys could tell. But it didn't matter because it worked really well when I was using it. That thing a Brazilian axe? I don't think so, man. I thought this was American the whole time. I don't think there would be a 3-piece Brazilian axe in America, you know? I don't think so. Just my thoughts. I don't think they'd have a hardened steel pole. But check this out. This pole is in great shape. Not really much damage to it. Is there a little bit missing here? Sort of, but not really. Really nice. And, yeah, I'm not going to say why I have to change the handle. Well, I put it on a curved handle. It was shitty. It wasn't good. So now we have to put it on the right kind of handle. Rafting patterns go on straight handles. Where did you get it? I don't know. I probably got it online when I was still buying online. It's been years since I bought online. I only buy in person now. And not for a lot. You know, I have so many axes. I got a lot of projects to do. I don't need more. So here's the next project. 3-pound rafting pattern. Actually, let's check the weight. Let's see what we got here. Something wrong with the... Oh, my scale needs to be torn. Oh, man. I'm having tear problems here. Okay, I can't tear the scale for some reason. Oh, there we go. There we go. It is 2 3/4 pounds. I don't know how it's 2 3/4 pounds. I thought it was bigger than that. I thought it was a 3-pounder. My scale might be off though. So around 3 pounds, 2 3/4, probably the smallest rafter, one of the smallest I've ever seen. It might be a little worn though, as you can see. That's not a lot of bit. Is the eye a boy's eye? It doesn't look like it. It looks like a full-size eye to me, don't it? Let's see. We can compare. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is. No. What do you think, Joe? It looks a little bigger. I'm not going to measure it because measuring it takes being smart, and I'm not. Maybe I should just measure it. I can't do anything right today. Yeah, it seems to be bigger than a boy's axe eye. This is like a hatchet, or like a 2-pounder, maybe like a. And this is smaller than 2 inches. I don't know if this is a boy's axe. Let's see. Let's find a boy's axe. Let's look for a boy's axe. I have no idea where to find a boy's axe, so let's look for one. Oh, here's a boy's axe. I was actually going to modify this bad boy. You call it a full-size eye? Yeah, it kind of looks like a full-size eye to me, but let's see. It's pretty close, honestly. This one is pretty close. It's over 2 inches, this way. So who knows? But it's definitely smaller than most rafting patterns. Even if it wasn't worn, that's definitely smaller. Like most rafting patterns are 4 pounds or more, in my opinion. So 2 3/4 pounds is a very small rafter for this humongous pole. Absolutely massive pole. Look at the difference. This pole is mushroomed. So it's going to look bigger than it actually is. Let me just not cut my hands off. Look at this. Look at the difference. This is a big pole. It's almost like a sledge. Almost like a sledge. Look at that huge taper. I actually really liked using this when I did, but I need to change that edge. I need to make it thinner. I don't think that's even an opinion. They're usually 4 or 5. Rafting patterns have huge eyes? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. 4 or 5, not 5. What do you mean? Oh, pounds. Yeah. Yeah, this is a small rafting pattern. I forgot I talked about weight like 2 seconds ago. It's a really small rafting pattern. Yeah, I remember now. Let me get a drink real quick, guys. This is actually moonshine. Really good moonshine. The stuff that makes you go blind. I just poured it all over myself. All right, guys. Fun live. We got a little work done. Finally finished this thing. Or at least got it to the point where I can try it out. And tune in tomorrow. I'll probably swing this into some silver maple. And we'll see how it does. Don't waste the water. It's bad policy. That actually is poisoned with heavy metals, so it's okay to waste that kind of water. Thanks for watching, guys. I am the ethical axe man, the largest, biggest, fattest man in axes.